seen so many comments from fanboys. Me, myself, I don't really consider myself a fanboy. I'm a rebel. This is what I do. And I laugh at a lot of shit that I read from a lot of these boxing fanboys. I've seen a comment yesterday and it said that Errol Spence is the new cash king in boxing. Not quite, you know. Now to the fanboys, man, they you can tell them facts, but they're already stuck in their ways. Oh man, Errol, man, he's selling out stadiums in Dallas, and he got the IBF and the WBC. He has he's the A side and all this other shit. Okay, well we know that that's the truth. He holds two belts in the division. He's a larger draw than any other welterweight. Maybe Terrence Crawford, he's a larger draw. It is what it is. I know a lot of Buff fans don't like hearing that, but it's true. But the Errol fans need to also understand that he is not the new cash king in boxing, not yet at least. Explain to me how is that possible? How's Errol Spence the cash cow in boxing? I've seen this, guys. I mean, I should have screenshotted it. It was a video I saw. I was watching it, man. It was damn it, man. It was a video when they was talking when Bernie the boxer was up there. He was talking to, I think I saw it on Barbershop Conversations video. I think, was it him or was it Blue Blood? It was one of those. I saw the comment. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? This dude, whoever was a commenter, like somebody just like a person watching a video, he left a comment and said that. I'm like, what? Manny Pacquiao will have to retire first, and so would Canelo Alvarez. Once those two retire and leave, then that's when I would have to say uh, it might be Errol Spence, and that's a big maybe. You know, I I spoke on another video about Ryan Garcia and Javante Tank Davis being potential superstars up and coming, and the thing is with Errol, he doesn't really have that outspoken personality, man. You gotta have that personality, kind of like Floyd Mayweather, man. You gotta be a motherfucking a shit talker, man. Most of the time, you gotta be real, real ignorant, and you gotta say a lot of shit. But Errol just ain't there. He's opened up a little bit more than when back when before he had the IBF, he started opening up. Once he got the Kell Brook, got the belt from Kell Brook, then you started seeing him a little bit more vocal. He started coming out of his shell a little bit, but he's just not that type of person. He doesn't have that kind of that charismatic attitude and vibes about him like that. And same thing with Terrence Crawford. Even Terrence Crawford admit he don't like being in front of the camera and all this other shit like that, talking. So how you expect to be a cash cow when you don't want to be in the limelight, in the spotlight a lot like that? So that's why I don't really. It's possible Errol might be the cash cow, but I can't see it happening with his kind of with his the way his demeanor is. I think Ryan Garcia end up being the cash cow. Tank Davis is not even as charismatic as Floyd Mayweather was. That's why I said Tank Davis is never going to be on the level with Floyd as far as financially or even close to that, because he just doesn't he can't articulate himself well, which I understand. That's just what it is. A lot of Baltimore, the accent. It's not just that. Javante seems to have like a speech impediment. So he's is that. But then so did Tyson. But see, Tyson was a shit talker. I mean, Tyson was out there. You see what I mean? Tyson was a shit talker. He had the knockouts, but then he had the characteristics. Like, I want to eat his children, and that's why Tyson, nobody cared. And then his lisp and his speech, it turned into like a trademark almost for Tyson. You know what I mean? So I don't see that happening with Tank Davis. Um, Ryan Garcia is way more of what I can see it in him. You see how Ryan Garcia start talking about he's gonna punish people, and that's what people like to see. So Errol kind of touches on stuff like that. He's a little out there, so I would say he has a possibility of being the next up as the cash cow in boxing. Shit. You want to talk about Anthony Joshua? He just he's not a real shit talker as much either, man. He just a real he's more of a smooth, real confident dude, man. He has a different kind of demeanor to him that smooths over with a lot of people. And he's not even the big giant cash cow either, but he's up there. So these other guys will have to retire first before Errol even had the chance to be a big cash cow in boxing, and he would have to do other things. Not just gonna be a cash cow just because you unified in one division, or two divisions even, or you undisputed in two divisions. That's not gonna. You need more to be a cash cow, man. You gotta have the right people backing you. It's a whole lot of shit behind it, man. But then you say, well, Rebel, look at Canelo Alvarez. He's not really a talker. Yeah, he's not. But you gotta understand, man. He got them fucking Mexican people behind him all the way. There's not Errol Spence doesn't have that base where there's too much division. First of all, with black folks to stay on code, But shit, Mexicans are gonna ride with Canelo regardless. They're gonna ride with him regardless. So Canelo don't have to have that shit talking attitude with him. Floyd, he just happened to be like that. That's how he is. He transformed his identity from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money May. So there's a lot of different things with that. Well, but Manny Pacquiao has his country behind him, and he has the Filipinos behind him, bro. You know he he's a multi-division title holder in like 7 or 8 weight classes. So that alone doesn't automatically rocket you to being a cash cow. There's other factors in that, and I don't see Errol right now having all the factors, especially with Manny still boxing, Canelo still boxing. He doesn't really have the charismatic attitude yet, at least. Those are all working against him, so he's gonna make good money. But as being a cash cow, you gotta do more. There's more to it. Just my opinion, and I just don't see it with him. I see maybe Ryan Garcia. I see Ryan Garcia being the next cash cow, man. I don't know why. I'm just getting that vibe from him. I see it being Ryan Garcia. If Jerron Ennis, if he opens up some and he starts really, I could see Jerron Ennis being a cash cow in the coming years as well. We just got to see how his attitude, his characteristics, how everything grows, how he grows into himself. Teofimo Lopez, some say he's gonna be no. I don't see him because he's not. He doesn't want to fight the best. He wants to duck, and people could say he's not ducking, but he's ping ponging his words. He's talking about being like Floyd. People want to be like Floyd, but don't want to fight the best. Then he's saying Devin Haney got to wait 3 to 5 years. Then he's asking for 10 million for the fight Cam Bosos and no. He's gonna be a prima donna, and it's too early for him to be that. But everybody want to be Floyd, and they'll find out that you can't be Floyd without doing what Floyd did. You can't put in the work. Got to put the work in like Floyd. Hate him or love him. It is what it is. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Get back to y'all later. Peace.